I'm Raven, and welcome back to the lair. Another Let's Play finished. I've got my puzzle journal here, ready to go through and unravel all those dangerous mysteries I've been writing down, and forcing you to listen to me explain me writing down whilst you stare at a blank screen. As I said at the end of the LP of Buried in Time, I'm pretty happy with the game. It sucks that we had to resort to using hints quite so much close to the end there. If I'd stuck to my convictions a bit more, perhaps I could have solved those ones. I could most certainly have solved them much faster. I feel like there were a number of things that were hidden behind prompts that weren't contextualized properly. For example, the hints... for example, the agent dossiers. If nowadays we would have a pointer cursor that would just show this is a clickable thing that you can click on, rather than just a normal cursor. Because it's so ingrained that if the cursor doesn't change, it's not something that you can click. I expect some sort of change in the cursor just being like, yes, yes. And it does that for a lot of interactions in the game, but not for those ones where it's very important. But that's enough of my excuses. Let's check out what's in the diary.
Alright, so here's the diary for the Journeyman Project 2, Buried in Time. This stuff I wrote down toward the end of the game, so, yeah, that's just the easiest empty space I could find at that point for it. The first stuff I was writing down, of course, was all of this preface stuff, which naturally didn't really come up, and there's a siren going off. That's really useful right now. Thanks, police. I wrote down some various stuff about the people, like the name of that guy that helped us out, the existence of the shop net and the length of the number required there. Dr. Farnstein, is he an AI? Ooh, such speculation we had. Then I dedicated these pages here to Chichen Itza, Chateau Gaillard, Farnstein Lab and the Da Vinci Studio. And you can see all my brilliant drawings of those Mayan symbols. Aren't they brilliant? You got the 3 circles, you got the X with the dots, the star, the sad dog, cartoon dog face thing, gold ornament ceremonial coffers, some of the writings that didn't help me translate the code box. Gaillard didn't actually write very much for Gaillard because Gaillard was a fairly self-explanatory area once you figured out that you could cross the moat. And again, similar for the Da Vinci area. Fairly straightforward once you find out you can turn the ballista. There's always just one catch point in each area. Farnstein's lab. Here we go. So here's my map of the Mayan underground. Sneaking our way in, hopping across our stones, the doors, the gods, speculation about what you need to do for each one. This is my map of the Chateau Gaillard up until the point of the keep. I didn't actually bother making a map for the keep because at that stage it was pretty linear. I wasn't sure how expansive it was going to be, and clearly it wasn't that expansive. Here's my map of the Da Vinci area, which is the first time we came across Agent 3's serial number. The code words, the shop codes for our various items. That was very much felt like a turning point in the game. Map of Venice and the very beginning of the outside corridor area. Some information about the aliens, the people that were found. Just basically all the information from the news cycle, and later on the various pieces of information regarding the alien codes. Directions from the jump in to Farnstein's lab all the way to the atmosphere control to that hole that I kept throwing myself in out into space on. That was actually quite useful. If I hadn't written this stuff down, I would have got far more lost in the Farnstein lab. As well as, of course, our map of the Farnstein lab and the areas that we could pressurize. And I still swear that the first time I tried to pressurize this area, it failed. But I don't know. Our map of the hexagon area, pretty much just go right and you pretty much win. Going left, it's just a mess. And our map of the core, as well as the megahertz, kilohertz, along the frequencies we were trying, but we got that one pretty quickly. Attempts to decode that code box Wrote down all the letters. I spent ages trying to combine them, and it was literally just the breath of Examiner. And finally, our map of the Kryn habitat, along with the dialing code. I looked back at the tape, and I dialed that code perfectly for the Kryn place, so you must have to look at the yellow post-it note, or the game is just like, "You can't possibly know this. You're just guessing. You're going to die now. Oh no."
Alright. Let's take a look at what we missed. And it seems like we missed not very much, but a couple of very important pieces. A couple of pixels here and there that I did not quite realise were things that we could do stuff with. I have the Buried in Time hints and walkthrough here. It has a very interesting time zone interdependency chart. And you can see here, start. You can't do anything until you've got the cheese girl. You can see here, you can get various things. Sure, you can get the copper medallion and what have you. But pretty much everything you do, you can trace it all the way down. You have to get that cheese girl is so vitally important right at the beginning. And you can see it's all the way right down here to CI, all the way to endgame. Naturally, all of the solutions themselves are just literally the solutions. We don't need to look at any of that. Quite interestingly, out of the optional items, there seemed to be some sort of remote control that we could have picked up. Not quite sure where that comes from. Let's find it. Apparently the remote control was inside the apartment, so I guess it's for the environ controls or the TV or something. It doesn't do anything. Looking at this helpful points breakthrough from Eric Goss, it seems that reading all the TSA dossiers and the profiles would have given us extra points. Reviewing all the various stories and what have you would give us more points. Noticing the silhouette at the balcony of the Da Vinci Studios tower where you arrive. I didn't see that. Seems that the only supporting evidence we missed was that silhouette, so I might just pop back into the game and see if I can spot that. And that was it, really. That was all of the scoring. Okay. After you arrive, go left, left, down. So we'll wait for us to arrive. There we go. Left, left, down. And to unlock the... Oh, I see. Ha ha ha! Look at that. Huh, I did not see that at all. Well, would you look at that? Well, okay, sure. I suppose that's another thing to be said about the older games is it's hard to tell what all these pixels are. And there you go, yeah, the whole time there was a key. Which means that we probably didn't actually need the metal bar to break into that room because we have a key that probably would have worked for that balcony too. Brilliant. It's good. It's a good thing there weren't any required clues or what have you out here. And I can see now that, well, you can walk all the way around here. Nothing interesting though. In addition to all of that, apparently there was a bundle of rope in Da Vinci's workshop that you could have used rather than the grappling hook to get down the rope bridge. So hey, there was something else that I didn't get. And it was very interesting to see that silhouette on the balcony. So at that stage it's like, yeah, alright. Because that's one of those contextual animations that just adds. It's great little tidbits like that. But that's going to do it for Buried in Time. Let me know what you thought of the LP in the comments. Until next time, I'm Raven, and that's all from Buried in Time.